The 2K Sports pregame show.
We have started the big countdown, and the hour is almost here. But before we celebrate at midnight, we welcome you to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is very exciting.
Yes.
And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play the guys who care as much about the game as you do.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Memphis Grizzlies here at home of the year. Last season they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Exactly. Guys, they're clearly the better team, but you can't take anybody for granted. They're all NBA players. They get their checks twice a month across the league, so you've got to come prepared and focused and ready to play.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, Wiggins is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Fresh. Then it's Kareem. And it's Irving in at the point. Now here's Ewing. Hayward outside. Ewing against Irving. Ewing, good. Ewing's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Grizzlies. Outside Irving. Inside, here's Fresh. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Now here's Jennings, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Jennings dishes to Nowitzki. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Now, here is Irving. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Timberwolves, that's for sure. Bosh can't hit. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Hayward outside. Jennings with the ball. Outside DeRozan. Here's Ewing. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Ewing's got his second bucket of the night.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Now here's Jennings. Nowitzki outside. It's back to Jennings. Takes a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
They set the pick. Jennings passes to DeRozan. It's back to Jennings. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Jennings has got 5 now.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Hayward outside. Nowitzki sets a screen for Hayward. Off the pick. That one a little long.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Fresh can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Here's Jennings. He's got 5. Hayward outside. The 3. Hayward missing again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Fresh. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on DeRozan. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the night. And he can't get the first one. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Splitters checked in for Ewing. Davis comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Crowder, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Williams in for Brandon Jennings. Rudy Fernandez is checked in for Oklahoma City. Russell comes in for Irving. Now here's DeRozan. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Here's Fresh, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. 5 on the clock. Crowder with the steal. Williams against Russell. Crowder kicks to Williams. There's the pick. He dishes it to Crowder. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Crowder's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Looking at the last game for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it was a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end. Great pass by Bosch there.
Now Williams. 1 second left. And no good trying to get that one. And that concludes the first quarter of play.
All right, Memphis, you got your Grizz girls on the court.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Williams is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Splitter. Then there's Davis. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the score by Memphis. And Fernandez kicks to Bosch. Clock at 6. Abdul-Jabbar dishes to Bosch. And the whistle's going to blow this time on Rudy Fernandez. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Patrick Ewing's checked in for Splitter. Nowitzki comes in for Davis. And it's Jennings in for Jay Crowder.
And guys, one thing that stands out to me about Russell is how good he is at certain NBA plays. Very strong in the pick and roll already. Knows how to attack with contact. Great vision, and he can also shoot the basketball.
Harris is checked in for Oklahoma City. Irving kicks to Harris. And it's Bosch in the corner. And stolen by Nowitzki. Hayward outside. Ring shot on the way. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
And you can say this just about every prospect, but I think with Russell, he'll need some time to adjust. He has the raw skill to play multiple spots on the floor, but each position has a nuance to it that he'll need some time to learn.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Outside Irving. And it's Bosch in the corner. Harris outside. Back to Bosch. Abdul-Jabbar in the post. He's guarded by Ewing. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jennings kicks to Nowitzki. Passes it to Hayward. Back to Nowitzki. And the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Irving. The 11-footer can't hit. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position all over the court.
And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. Second, the Grizzlies.
Well, better protection of the lane the last few weeks, Kevin, has helped them cut down on the easy scoring. They've also done a better job on the mid-range coverage as well, getting to their man quicker and finding ways to clog up the passing lanes.
Feeds to Bosch. And, of course, Chris Bosch has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. But boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Wiggins is checked in for Harris. Smith the pass to Wiggins. Smith sets the pick for Wiggins. 5 to shoot. Out to Smith. The tray. The Grizzlies pull it in. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Nowitzki with the screen on Irving. Shoots from the high post. They get it back. Ewing. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. Last season's performance for him. Averaged about 13 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
And Memphis making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Fresh is checked in for J.R. Smith. Tries to keep it alive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the post.
Kyrie Irving.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1-8. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Here's Fresh. Nice D from DeRozan.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Jennings with the bucket.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Wiggins passes to Fresh. And that one's good. Fresh has got 14 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Deron Williams checked in for Memphis. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Russell's checked in. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar. Wiggins dishes to Russell. Abdul-Jabbar the screen. Here's Irving. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Irving's got his first bucket of the night. And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever. Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
They set the pick. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Pass to Ewing. Feeds to DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Oh! And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Splitters checked in for Patrick Ewing. Abdul-Jabbar can't get it to go. And Splitter pulls it down.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Williams with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Drops in the breakaway layup. DeRozan's got 10 points. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Memphis.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
1:15 left in the third. Shot off the screen. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's on Chris Bosh. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Ed Davis is checked in for Splitter. Crowder comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Jennings in for Darren Williams.
You know, guys, Memphis walks through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
55 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Fresh, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
It's been a good one for Fresh. He's got 14 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show. And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
And the basket by Nowitzki.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And it's Harris off the drive. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Crowder, the pass to Jennings. Hayward on the wing. Oh!
This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
Fresh. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Kevin, that's a timely 3-pointer. You've got to keep it within reach going into the fourth. They can still come back.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And for Memphis, their shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. We've got Jay Crowder, Jennings out there with Hayward. Then there's Ewing. And it's Nowitzki in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jennings against Irving. 4 on the shot clock. And Hayward gets it to go.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Dishes it to Fernandez. And that one hits back iron. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Hayward outside. The screen from Ewing. Oh, one near Jennings as he lets it fly. And it's Memphis with another.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. DeRozan comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Williams in for Brandon Jennings. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Russell's checked in.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Deron Williams.
Thunder trailing by 10. Irving with the ball. Williams picks him up. Here's Wiggins. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Now here's Williams. Nowitzki left side. 6 to shoot. Back to Williams. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. Outside Irving. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Russell with the bucket.
The offense is clicking for him this half. Absolutely clicking. I mean, everything on point and on target.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Now the Thunder making a switch here. Bosch is checked in. Here's Ewing. That's short off the rim. Thunder trailing by 9. Russell dishes to Wiggins. The 11-footer. The Grizzlies pull it in. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents. A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Irving drives in. Excellent D there from Williams.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Looking for Ewing, he gets it there. Off target from the baseline.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter.
1:58 left in the game. Williams kicks to DeRozan. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jay Crowder. Fresh is checked in for the Thunder. Irving drives in, fires from the wing. Grizzlies with the rebound. Ewing's got 5 rebounds tonight. Williams kicks to DeRozan. There's 1:34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Nowitzki left side. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really